Hey everyone. Welcome to Top Tech News. This is your news channel for getting updated with the latest tech news headlines and their impact on business and our lives. To read the full news article for any of the news that we cover, simply click on its link given below in the description. To stay updated, show us some love and hit the subscribe button below and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. This way you would be informed whenever we upload a new video. Hi, my name is Dee and I am your host for today. Today's top headlines are: Tesla ships out 7,000 made-in-China cars to Europe. Tesla Autopilot accident report shows slight improvement. Electric pickup truck startup Lordstown RIDE goes public. Harley-Davidson's stunning electric bicycle. Waymo and Daimler partner up for Formers autonomous driving technology. Let's get started. Tesla ships out 7,000 made-in-China cars to Europe. Tesla is currently shipping out the first 7,000 made-in-China Model 3 cars to Europe, the first Tesla vehicles exported from China. When Tesla first announced plans to build vehicles in China, it said that it would be to supply domestic demand in the country. However, last month, reports coming out of China indicated that Tesla changed its mind and was now planning to start exporting made-in-China Model 3 vehicles to other markets. This was confirmed earlier this month when Tesla announced that it would send made-in-China Model 3 vehicles to Europe. According to a report in the paper, on October 26, an event for the Chinese-made vehicles exported to Europe was held at the Tesla Gigafactory Shanghai. Approximately 7,000 Chinese-made Model 3 vehicles will set off tomorrow for export to the European market. They are expected to arrive at Belgian ports at the end of next month and are sold to a dozen of countries including Germany, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, Switzerland, and Sweden. Zhu Xiaodong, Tesla's head in China, said at the event. Today is just 10 months before the delivery of the first batch of Model 3 made in China. Model 3 made in China can now not only supply the Chinese market on a large scale, but also pass all the certification requirements for entering the European market. While the first shipment is believed to be around 7,000 vehicles, it is unclear what the frequency and volume of shipments will be. This export move raises two possibilities. One, either Tesla is witnessing a falling demand in the Chinese market because of which these vehicles are being exported. This is because Tesla was supposed to have more than enough demand in China to sell the vehicles produced at Gigafactory Shanghai. Or, two, more positive one is that the production ramp has been going so well, and it has now outpaced the local Chinese market demand. We will have to wait and see which of these is actually true. Tesla Autopilot accident report shows slight improvement. Tesla has released its latest vehicle safety report, which looks into the different accident rates per mile of its vehicles on and off autopilot. The latest data shows a slight improvement. Since 2018, Tesla has been trying to create a benchmark for its improvement in autopilot safety by releasing a quarterly report that compares the number of miles per accident on autopilot versus off autopilot. Here are how all the different metrics compare to the data from the prior quarter. Autopilot engaged. It is at 1 accident for every 4.59 million miles driven in Q3 2020 versus 1 accident for every 4.53 million miles in Q2 2020. Autopilot disengaged but with active safety features is at 1 accident for every 2.42 million miles driven in Q3 2020 versus 1 accident for every 2.27 million miles in Q2 2020. Autopilot disengaged and without active safety features, it is at 1 accident for every 1.79 million miles driven in Q3 2020 versus 1 accident for every 1.56 million miles in Q2 2020. Therefore, the data shows a slight reduction of accidents on autopilot from Q2 to Q3. Same trend was seen when compared between 2020 and 2019. As for autopilot disengaged but with safety features powered by autopilot, it improved quarter to quarter, but it went down year over year. We do have to remember that autopilot is currently primarily used on highways where it's easier to accumulate a lot of mileage without accidents, and non-autopilot mileage is coming from city driving, where accidents are more likely. Therefore, the two datasets cannot really be compared, and this means that Tesla would need a lot more data if they ever want to convince authorities to allow them to deploy their full self-driving system. Electric pickup truck startup Lordstown RIDE goes public. Lordstown Motors RIDE has officially gone public through a reverse merger, and now people are betting on the startup delivering an electric pickup truck within Willhub Motors. It's a technology that has never been implemented in a passenger electric vehicle for consumers before. Lordstown Motors just completed their merger with Diamond Peak via the SPAC route and now trade on the Nasdaq under the ticker RIDE, becoming one of the rare pure electric vehicle plays on the public market. The deal brought them $675 million to help bring their electric pickup truck, the Endurance, to production. The Endurance is one of several vehicles racing to become the first all-electric pickup truck on the market next year. It has a few interesting qualities, like a starting price of just $52,500 and a range of over 250 miles, but one of the most interesting things about the Endurance is the fact that Lordstown decided to use 4-in-wheel hub motors to power it. The idea for 4-in-wheel hub motors has been around for decades and it is widely used for lighter vehicles like e-bikes, but it has never been used in a much heavier vehicle like the Endurance. Some people have concerns about putting one of the most critical components, like the electric motor, inside one of the parts of the vehicle that takes the heaviest beating and is exposed to the elements, the wheel. Here's a picture of the Endurance's hub motor with power cables running right next to the suspension. Picture via Detroit News. It's still early days and we would need to wait to see how successful Lordstown would be in their dream. Harley-Davidson's stunning electric bicycle. Well, what do we have here? Harley-Davidson has been teasing us with the prospect of their own in-house electric bicycles for over 2 years. And today the Bar and Shield motorcycle manufacturer has finally announced its new dedicated electric bicycle brand known as Serial One Cycle Company. The brand's name is an homage to the very first motorcycle ever built by Harley-Davidson in 1903, named Serial Number 1. Back then motorcycles were essentially just bicycles with a small engine placed in front of the pedals. And so it is fitting that the company's first electric bicycle is a nod to that very first HT motorcycle. Serial One will officially debut its first electric bicycle models for consumers in March 2021. For now, the company is showing off its first prototype model, which the brand describes as a styling exercise, not necessarily intended for mass production. That means that while the specific styling likely won't see showroom floors, the bike it is based on very well may be here this spring. As we've previously seen, the design includes a mid-drive motor, a belt drive system that looks very much like a Gates carbon drive setup, which would make sense as Harley-Davidson's other belt-driven motorcycles including the all-electric Livewire also uses belt drive systems from Gates, frame-integrated headlights and taillights through axle wheel hubs, what appear to be Tektro dual-piston hydraulic disc brakes on 203mm rotors, a Brooks leather saddle, and beautifully wrapped leather hand grips. But we still don't have any clarity around battery, motor power levels and pricing. So like everyone else we would be waiting for those details as well. Waymo and Daimler partner up for Formers autonomous driving technology. Waymo and Daimler have announced a new partnership to bring the Formers autonomous driving technology to the latter's semi-trucks. Recently, a widely shared report from Germany suggested that Mercedes-Benz is giving up on autonomous driving following the news of Waymo starting its self-driving, ride-hailing service in Phoenix, and Tesla releasing its full self-driving beta update. Mercedes-Benz has denied this report and states that they are still developing autonomous driving technology for their consumer vehicles. But the rumor might have started from this new partnership with Waymo, which is not about consumer cars, but trucks. The two companies announced today that they are going to develop a self-driving Freightliner Cascadia Class 8 truck. These fully autonomous trucks, equipped with a Waymo driver, will be available to U.S. customers in the coming years. Daimler is also working on an electric version of their Cascadia Class 8 truck, but it looks like the diesel version is getting the autonomous driving technology first. Well, that's about it for today. Hope you found it helpful. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. And do show us some love by clicking on the thumbs up button. Have a wonderful day everyone and we will be back again soon.